come from Glasgow town, and when we're hitting the field, we don't be messing around. We're gonna move the ball, we're gonna pass and rush, and if you get in the way, you're gonna feel the crush. The truth can hurt, man, the truth is mean. We're the baddest team that's ever been seen. We can't be stopped when we start to play. Talk about the Diamonds, what do we say? The Diamonds. We come from Glasgow. We're here to play football. Football's our game. Talking about the Diamonds. We come from Glasgow, Glasgow. We're here to play football. Out of the way. We're the gridiron gods, and you best beware, because wherever you turn, baby, we'll be there. We're going to intercept and make you fumble the ball. You're going to wonder why you ever want to play at all. Wherever you turn, wherever you go, Diamond defense going to let you know there's no way out. You want to look at a map, you trapped by the Diamonds. Get out there. We are the Diamonds. We come from Glasgow. We're here to play football. 'Cause football's our game. Talking about the Diamonds. We come from Glasgow, Glasgow. We're here to play football. Out of our way. We are the Diamonds. We come from Glasgow. We're here to play football. Football's our game. Talking about the Diamonds. We are the Diamonds. We come from Glasgow. We're here to play football. Football's our game. We are the Diamonds. We come from Glasgow, Glasgow. We're here to play football. Out of our way. With the Diamond side, we come from Glasgow town, and when we're hitting the field, we don't be messing around. We're gonna move the ball, we're gonna pass and rush, and if you get in the way, you're gonna feel the crush. The truth can hurt, man, the truth is mean. We're the baddest team that's ever been seen. We can't be stopped when we start to play. Talk about the Diamonds, what do we say? The Diamonds. We come from Glasgow. We're here to play football. Football's our game. Talking about the Diamonds. We come from Glasgow, Glasgow. We're here to play football. Out of the way. We're the gridiron gods, and you best beware, because wherever you turn, baby, we'll be there. We're going to intercept and make you fumble the ball. You're going to wonder why you ever want to play at all. Wherever you turn, wherever you go, Diamond.
He's got his
Hello.
mic muted.
Sorry. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Britballin. I'm your host, Matt McGugan, raving out to our favourite song on the channel, and welcome Adam Wilkin, my wonderful angel of the north. How are we doing
Boosh.
this evening?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm a little sunburned. I'm a little tender. Yeah, I'm good. I've recovered a little bit. Still feeling a little ropey. But yes, apart from that, I'm good. How is my Manchester Bee doing this evening?
Absolute buzzing, mate. Yeah, good. Fully recovered after last weekend. So obviously Adam texted me. He was genuinely poorly, saying that he couldn't make the show. If I wanted to do it on my own, I'll get someone in I could. I took the easy road in terms of not doing that because,
it's just not the same.
Absolutely I was hanging out my hoop. I was hanging out my hoop. I'd been on a stag do for 4 days. I'd had enough.
Admit it, you couldn't. You were like, no, you're the face of the show. You're the good-looking one. But
that's what I said. I said, there's no Britballin without Adam. That's what I said. Those are my exact words. So, you know what can I say?
Oh dear. We've got some comments coming in.
Well, the comments are already coming in. We're going to start with the news this week anyway, so I wouldn't worry too much. We're going to try and obviously we're calling this the forgotten week because we missed last week. We thought, you know what, it was a bit of a nothing weekend. We'd come back this week, we'd bring you some content, we talk about the score. So not a single fixture has been missed, and we move. But let's touch on some news. So it's been a fairly interesting week or 2 weeks.
It has. It's been it's been a bit ferocious. That's the word I want to use.
Yeah, so I mean, where to start? Obviously, there's been statements from boards, there's been EGMs, there's been shit teams.
No, there hasn't been an EGM. That's the problem.
No, that's the talking point. Yeah, there's been round tables, there's been non-round tables, there's been a convention. Oh, it's a lot to get through. There's been
GB under 19s. Yeah, there's been a lot of shit.
There's been some horrendous picks for team of the year from UK American football scene.
No, I've got no issue with what they were picking, by the way.
No, I know, yeah, but I just love it because I was just like, fancy this, getting some shit for your picks, and they were like, I feel your pain every week now.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, I mean, over to you. Where do you think we should start?
Oh, I mean, there's a. Let's go. I don't know. It's very. Let the viewers decide where they want to start tonight, because it's a full on shit.
Let's start with something close to your heart. We'll get it out of the way. So GB under 19s, they went away. They've been in Italy. They've played against, obviously, most recently Spain and won. Finland first time and lost to Spain. Did you manage to catch much of any of the games? Or?
I watched all of them, all of the games. Yeah, it was good. I mean, I still have a lot of pain that I feel not all the best players managed to go.
So why do you think that? What was missing?
I mean, it was just so earlier on the year they played against Denmark.
Yeah.
And they was told that it was going to be an under-20s game.
Yeah.
Not under 19s. So they took a lot of guys that were under 20. Fair enough, do you know what I mean? Yeah. And then obviously it come to this tournament which they were preparing for, and found out it was under 19s. Now, there's been people saying, we didn't get, GB didn't get told this, it was blah, 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 it come from this, it come from that. Now, as far as I'm aware, it was always under 19s.
I mean, the coloured under 19s.
Yes, but obviously it was COVID and all that. It's one of them. But I think because they moved a lot of the guys that were too young then for that team back down to the under 17s team, because they weren't going to be able to feature, they didn't get to practice with the under 19 squad. So then when some of the under 19, when they finally brought them back together and said, actually, we can't pick yous now, they were behind the ball for playbook wise. And it's one of them, I'm a bit hurt on some of them. Obviously, the main one for us, there's two guys that we feel should have went to GB that from us that would have made a huge difference for the team. One of them being Josh Wake, cornerback. Devastated that he didn't go, if I'm completely honest.
So why didn't he go?
So he ended up not getting selected on the basis of not having the playbook knowledge, and that's fair enough. Do you know what I mean? They put him with the under 17, so that's understandable. And then obviously Hussein did get selected in the end, but unfortunately, after being told he wasn't going to be in the team because he was too young, his family had booked holidays, so he ended up on holiday, unfortunately. So it's one of them. But there's guys like Joe Timmons, Down in Nottingham, I think is an legit baller. By the way, I think he should have been in the side. But he tried out for GB years ago in a different position. So it's one of those things. Like, it's just. But apart from that, like, I thought there's lots of room to improve from the Finland game. They got dominated on the line. Finland could have run the ball all day if they'd wanted to, in my opinion.
I saw that. Yeah,
which is a shame because I think we've got some very talented linemen. Obviously, we'd like more. That's one of the flaws of this country. We need more linemen. But then really good turnaround against Spain. Like, they dominated both sides of the line as far as I'm concerned. Ran the ball really well. Some great runners, by the way. Some great running backs. And then moved the ball through the air as well. Josh Alsbrook done well. Young lad from Kent as well. I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, which I feel really bad that I can't remember his name because he's actually like a decent quarterback. He ran as well, really well. But no, I think overall tournament coming third in the group that we were in is good.
Yeah.
And there's some shocks from that tournament, like as well. You know, like away from GB's group, with like France getting dropped down and stuff. Like, do you know what I mean? That's crazy.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah. So for anyone who didn't see, obviously Finland beat Great Britain 22-11, and I think the Spain result was it 28-14 GB.
Yeah, I mean, we had a guy ejected.
Yeah.
Which was very silly because it was for taunting, like, again. And it was. Like, we could see it on the camera. And to be fair, there was a few more that could have got ejected for doing the same thing. Multiple times it was happening. And it's just one of them, keep your heads, guys, come on. Like, it's one of them. But the guy will learn from it now, do you know what I mean? Like, he realises like there's a lot less leeway over there than what there is here. Which is, it's one of them. So, no, overall,
couple of comments coming in. What's happened to the regional tryouts that were promised? Obviously, we don't represent BAFA or BAFCA, so we couldn't say. I'm sorry about that. But I'm sure, obviously, it's something that they'll hopefully bring back.
I've said this before. Like, I really feel for the guys from Scotland having to travel down to the likes of Bristol and London, etc., for training. In that, even going down to Nottingham. Do you know what I mean? If they're having to travel to Bristol, London, and Nottingham, why are they not getting one in, I don't know, Glasgow, Edinburgh way? We've got kids good enough in Inverness. Do you know what I mean? So Aberdeen. So spread it about a bit, lads.
It sounded like a lot of issues from IFAF with all the international tournaments and late coming out, but it does sound like issue may have been raised and should be sorted for next time. Multi-year plan and plenty of notice of what's going to happen. That's probably in response to it being the under-20s, under-19 scenario. No, I mean, fair play. GB lads that, they got to play competitive game for the first time in a long time.
It's Jordan Brady-Williams injured as a player. Like, he would have made a massive difference. It's one of them. Like, I thought we did well. Like, I'm going to be honest. I think we did well. I just think we could have done a little better still. Like, but that's room for improvement. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not me criticising. That's not me having a go. I just think we did well. The discipline really annoyed us. Really annoyed us. Like, that like hurt to watch.
Yeah. So obviously moving on
to talk about discipline, anyways. Sorry, but who am I to talk about discipline? Well, I got ejected Team North.
Obviously moving on just from that. Obviously, it was good to see the lads playing football, and obviously good that it was all being able to watch and stream. Which for the
one thing I will point out: where the fuck are the GB helmets? We've got white GB helmets with the goal line on that you can't see on fucking streams anyways. But why are they not wearing them? Why are they wearing their own helmets? and I'm not being funny, why are you telling my players to take our decals off and put a GB decal on? Are you paying for our fucking decals again?
Oh, yeah, that's weird.
Fuck you, don't do that.
Nope. Not like you, and that's why you get ejected.
It's annoyed us, mate. I looked at him and I was like, wait there, he's not got a Gated logo on now. What's going on?
Yeah,
Is this the first town hall time in? Yeah, pretty much, mate. This is as best
yeah.
as you're going to fucking get.
It's probably as good as it gets. The Women's GB got them issued for their tournament. So they must be going to the women's as opposed to the under-19s.
So have I missed other women's tournament now?
I don't know when. I don't know when they go out.
So could there not have been like? Could there not have been like, I don't know, maybe like handed back over?
I'm genuinely not sure what's happened there. I'll be honest with you. Bath has sold the GB logo. Oh, I don't know actually.
I wish they'd sell the fucking leagues.
This is the first town hall meeting, so we'll get into that. Obviously, there's been a statement from the board of British Baffa shared on the website, so you can all go and take a look. But I'm not doing my reading thing. I'll do my reading thing. So, obviously, as everyone knows, there's been a bit. Well, for anyone who doesn't know, there's been. Because we went through it on the last show, there's been a letter sent out to.
Well, it was fucking one of yes. Disgusting! Well, it was fucking one of yes. Disgusting! Well, it was fucking one of yes.
So obviously the EGM. So there was a call for an emergency general meeting from the team, signed by 19 different clubs, headed by Jason Smith, I think, from Crew Railroaders. I think it's in relation to the referees and a couple of things that's been going on. You did too.
There was the Crew one, and then there was the Solent one as well. So
yeah, and obviously
I think they've joined. I think they've
Yeah. But the response from BAFA was this: we conclude under advisement from legal counsel, the proposed resolutions were in contradiction to BAFA's articles of association, which state that the board and those who delegate have the authority to make a decision regarding operational matters, including competition, policies, and rules. Therefore, as a result, an EGM would serve no meaningful purpose. The board and those who serve on the executive committee may take decisions seriously. Blah, blah, blah. We don't always make popular decisions, but we're here to listen to ensure we get things right and correct mistakes when we do not. While the board welcomes constructive dialogue on all matters related to Britball, EGMs are reserved for discussions related to governance of the sport, not day-to-day operational matters. This in no way devolves us. Blah, blah, blah. Pete Ackley is running some town hall meetings around the country, so people can speak to him, and you can make any representations to an email address, which is you will get ignored at feedback@britishamericanfootball.org.uk.
Mate, I want to know, right, is how much did the fucking pay for that legal advice?
Yeah, a lot. Well, yeah,
how many? Are you ready for this, Rog? I'm just going to add a bit of fucking fuel to the fire here.
Yeah.
How many Div 2 fees did it take to pay for that legal advice?
I don't know why you need, if you're a full-time paid executive of a board which has its own constitutional rights, effectively. I don't know how you don't know them enough to you shouldn't have to take legal counsel on it. I'm not in a big. I used to work in a students' union. It was kind of like standard process. So I don't know why they don't think that's fairly standard process. It baffles me. So
I think it's a fucking dodge, mate. If I'm completely honest.
Yeah.
I think it's why if you're saying that nothing's going wrong, why won't you just have the conversation?
I mean, what I mean? They're not saying something's not going wrong. But I think the statement is that's not the change is operational, and what the EGM would achieve wouldn't be for anything that was operational.
It doesn't make a fucking difference. Alone, just alone by saying that they've went and got legal advice for it, we could say, "What the fuck are you spending more money on legal advice for?"
Yeah,
we'd like an EGM. You're so fucking with money now, dickheads. Like, we're not happy. What you're doing? We would like an EGM. Like,
I wonder how many people who are
morons
going to comment on EGM. Pete Ackley were actually at the town hall meeting. I was. I mean, if there was a town hall meeting, which one? Was that the one?
It was at the BAFTA convention.
BAFTA.
Yeah, like I had. Well, was it though? Like I had COVID. Do you know what I mean? Like I wasn't there, so it was one of those things. Like a fucking last minute add to the schedule. Like,
was it?
Fuck off.
I didn't see much about it. I just knew. Obviously, we was meant to go at that, but you was during COVID. I had things on this weekend. But yeah, so was it just like a last minute addition because they thought people were there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
mate, right? Darren's comment there. Darren's comment. Sorry, I'll get back to yours, John, in a second. But Darren's comment there about would we have had the same reply if more Prem teams are involved in Asia? But the problem that we've got with that, right, is I don't think Prem teams are realizing the sheer shit that other teams are getting. Like,
I wouldn't know about it away from the show. So if I just turned up, paid my fee, I have refs every week. So take away that I don't know anything from the show.
You wouldn't have a clue, mate. No, you wouldn't have a clue.
Some of the, like, other than seeing stuff in groups, but say I'm more active in that, I wouldn't really know that.
I mean this the nicest possible way, right? And like I know people are gonna like probably kick off on this, but the Div 2 teams bring just as much as what the Prem teams do to the league, as in league fee, etc. Yes, they may not have enough players, they may not have loads of players, but they still pay that same amount of money to be in the league, so give them the same amount of respect. Like it's a shit. Honestly, it's shit. Absolute shit show.
The only thing I would say is I think the BAFTA response wasn't like, and I've seen a couple of people going on Facebook, oh, you said you'd listen, but you won't. I think all that was like an EGM is not the right forum for it, basically. Like that's not what the purpose of an EGM is. So people have just misunderstood what an EGM has been used for. So that's the only defense I will have. Like that's not necessarily what it is.
Right. Okay. Right. We'll go this way on it. Right. This is just not my views or anything like that. Just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Does he deserve 50 grand a year for what he's done so far?
I couldn't comment. I don't see what he does. I don't know what he does. So,
in your job, you have certain targets and things to hit.
Yeah.
The fuck does he?
I don't know. Like I said, I couldn't comment.
Like this is what I'm saying. Like, it's one of those things now at the minute. Like, things are worse now than what they were before COVID. In this sport, like in this country, it's terrible. Have you watched the GB under-19s things where everyone's ripping the piss out of we're not having the same helmets? Like,
no.
Fucking hell, man. Like, we do the gears. We have players with black helmets and stuff, like, at our junior team. And I'm not being funny. I'm not going to make a kid go and spray his helmet. But, like, GB, we're national team. We're fucking shining. Like come on, man.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But then you've also just had a gripe that obviously that they wanted to put the GB things on the lids.
Yeah, because it's not theirs.
Yeah,
it's not their helmet to take. Who are they to say to someone that's part of a team, take your team's logo off, the team that's lent you the helmet in the first place, and put our GB logo on, and then they go, right, it's off. The fucking who's got to replace that?
Yeah, that's better.
Like honestly, like fuck me. Like if they're with the women's team, like fine, not a problem. Take that fucking 50 grand and buy more fucking helmets.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't know. It's a good point there. What does the job role entail? I don't know. I'm assuming it's to oversee everything that the governing body does and get us better connections, and that was why he was brought in from his background. I'm assuming.
We've had him on the show, mate. We've had him on the show, and he talks a good game.
Yeah.
But you've also had those people around a dressing room that talks a good game and do fuck all.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not. Like I said, I don't know because we're coming out the back of COVID, and I don't know what's been going on. I can't comment, unfortunately. Wasn't BAFCA for coaches' development and not teams, GMs, and committee members? Not always the same people, so they wouldn't be there. I agree, and there's probably players who are disconcerted. And I seen one comment as well, which is maybe something BAFCA needs to overcome. And I didn't know whether to raise it because we worked with BAFCA in the past, but someone, I think it was a comment where I read like, is the BAFCA convention like? Because I've seen that the outcry from the BAFCA convention has been, there wasn't a lot of representation from Div 2. There wasn't a lot of representation from, like kind of Div 2, from Bucks, from female, from the women's game. So that was kind of one of the outcries. But do you perceive it to be? And the comment was, well, it's a bit of a boys' club, BAFCA. Like, if you're not in it, you're not in it. Do you get that side of it as well? So maybe that wasn't the right forum as well. And boys' club in inverted commas, I don't want to.
I understand what you're saying there, right? I kind of understand it. But if you go to one, you're kind of welcome with open arms by a hell of a lot of people.
Yeah, but that's once you get there.
Certain people.
Don't get me wrong. The people who were there, I love them. Like, I'm just wondering, could it be seen as a barrier to people going, like from who aren't from top tier teams and know them people, etc., etc.
Mate, it's one of those things, right? Like, it's slap in the middle of the season. And I get it, right? I get why it's then, because the American coaches are free to come over.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why they do it. That's why it's then. But at the end of the day, we still have coaches going, actually, we've got playoffs on the line here. I might just skip this one. Do you know what I mean? And then it might happen the next year. Well, we've got playoffs again. Like, we've got a chance. Like, we need to install this. We've got a free week.
Yeah.
We've played 3 games on the belt. We need to install this now. Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? It's fucking shit. Like, the way that things are run this year, like the fact that you might not, like this season, the fact that some teams might not know who they are playing in the playoffs, etc. And then they'll play their last game on the Sunday, and then the next Sunday might have to travel away to somewhere. Like, let's take, like, we're going to get into this one in a minute, like with Darlow and stuff, what's happening there. But let's take Darlow, for example. If they get into playoffs, they could play a number of teams. They play their last game on the last weekend available, and then the next weekend after, they can't pay for coaches or anything, or book coaches or anything beforehand because they don't know. Yeah. And they may end up at like Scunthorpe, North, like fucking Highland. Like they could end up anywhere.
That's it.
Like, just push it back another week. Like, give someone he's getting paid $50,000 to make all the decisions, and he's got all week to make the decision. These fuckers running teams have got full-time jobs.
Yeah,
like, they've got full-time jobs.
I'm pretty sure his job isn't to do the schedule. I'm not saying he's wrong.
No, it's not going to be to do the schedule. Pay me $50,000 a year, I'll do the fucking lot, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not being funny. I'll do the fucking lot. I'll find the fucking revs. I'll do the fucking lot. Having Baffa and Bafra separate for a start, I've said this hundreds of fucking times now, even at the start of the season before this shit shows happen, that shouldn't be a thing. They should be under one roof anyway.
Is this the worst it's been? I don't know. Like I said, because no, it sounds really like beginning, but once you're in the Prem, you don't realise there's a problem until you see that. Like, obviously, on our show, I talk about it a lot, and I see it in groups. But like, is this always been a problem, or is it just highlighted more, or do you think it's worse because we've got Pete and we feel like we can blame someone?
No, I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm just saying for $50,000, I want more.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and for $10,000, I want more. For $5,000, do you know what I mean? For anything, I want more. It's as simple as that. But $50,000's $50,000, mate. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'd give Amanda $50,000. I'm telling you now, Amanda, I'll fix this shit in fucking a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Give Warwick from fucking Scunthorpe $50,000. He fixed this in a fucking heartbeat. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm at the minute. There's people in this sport that know this sport already.
Yeah.
That I'd be comfortable giving $50,000 to go and get it done.
Yeah. Yeah, so are BAFA working with BAFA to sort out the referee situation, or they just pretend it doesn't exist? I'm sure there was a
No,
forum
no, they do know it's there. They understand. Like, do you know what I mean? It's one of those
trying to
situations.
recruit.
But by the way, they need to figure out how they're going to do it. It's not like no one's giving them suggestion. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Scott. It's put it this way, right? We haven't announced this or anything yet, right?
Yeah.
But we at junior level, our under-19s, okay, playing Division 1 on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Normally home games get scheduled so we can have like a double header with your senior team. You've done it plenty of times in Manchester.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know that. So then you can get refs. Now, for some reason, this weekend we have East Kilbride coming down, and our senior team's away. We're like, well, what the fuck? Do you know what I mean? We can't use our senior team coaches to help referee the game if needed now. They're away playing against DC Presidents, so we couldn't use DC Presidents coaches because they'd probably end up having to ref their fucking game.
Yeah.
And Darlow are at home.
Yeah.
So we couldn't use Darlow coaches. So we could ask Northumberland Vikings. I don't know if they're playing or not. I haven't even got round to check that yet.
Yeah.
But even then, it would be a fucking nightmare. So this season for Gateshead under-19s, we have played one home game. And I'll tell you why. Manchester Titans, they rightfully didn't want to travel all the way up to Gateshead, East Kilbride, and Edinburgh. Like, that's some fucking trips. That's a lot of money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we said, well, we'll go down to use an extra time and lose a home game.
Yeah.
Because we want fucking refs. We know if we go to Manchester, we're getting fucking refs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because they're refing for the fucking seniors afterwards, so we're getting fucking refs. Now, don't get us wrong, the last time we were there, one of them was fucking blind. But never mind. Right? This time, so Sunday, I had the dilemma of going, right, we're not going to have refs. These teams can't ref. What can we do? So we looked at the option, right? DC Presidents hosting our adult team. How much is it going to be to do it there? About 400 quid if we want to play at their venue. Fuck that. Not a fucking chance. So Darlow, we spoke to them. Darlow fucking welcomed her with open arms. Yes, we can do this. If we don't get refs, we'll ref your game, you ref ours. Perfect.
Yeah.
Darlow's letting me use the pitch for free, by the way.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's fucking unbelievable. So this Sunday, we are going to Darlow, and then we asked BAFA and BAFRA, could we have referees, please? Because we're now making this a double header to get referees. And we've managed only just to get them.
Yeah.
We finally got a crew. So I'm over the friggin' moon. But we are having to travel 40 miles down the road to play our only second home game of the season, which isn't a home game now.
Yeah.
But you know what it is? I know Darren and Darlow have promised us it'll be like a home game. So I'm over the moon that they've done that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. A couple of comments coming in here. CEO's job is to sort out governance out, paperwork policy, speaking to the NFL, speaking to the government, getting money in, which he's doing. Other sports have dozens of people doing that, and we have 1.5 people. It's not the job to sort out the day-to-day operational issues. And that coupled with Sam's point, obviously, got to go, chaps, to be clear, I'm not pro or anti-Pete. However, I urge anyone to watch the recording to the town hall meeting and see that he is accountable and seemingly working hard. It's easy to hate him, but I have an open mind currently. Yeah, so basically,
I'm exactly the same. I don't hate him. Do you know what I mean? I really don't. It's one of those things. Like, I'm sorry. I just feel Amanda or someone like that would do a better job.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, but and this was my point. Like, because of when we spoke to him earlier, it seems like his headspace is not like in that operational side of the business. So bringing Amanda in might be great to do the operational side of it. Perhaps that needs to be a full-time role for someone. I think she's doing that part-time at the minute. And he just needs to deal with what he does best by the seams of things, which is deal with, people in positions of power, the NFL, government, that kind of thing. And in retrospect, 50 grand for that role in another organisation would seem like buttons. I know that's not
it's true.
Like a CEO of a governing body, you're probably talking 150k minimum.
100%. 100%. But realistically, establishing the links with the NFL that they've said, and I know, contacting Sport England and applying for grants, which are realistically quite straightforward, if I'm completely honest. All you've got to do is follow the fucking guidelines. Is it towards an active nation? Is it fucking uniting the nation? It literally guides you fucking through it. Type in uniting the nation or towards an active nation or whichever fucking one it is at this moment in time.
Yeah.
And follow the steps. Grand. Done. Like that, it's not hard.
Yeah.
Like,
to be fair, he can only do as much as he's part-time. He's full-time, just to clarify for everyone. NFL London, White Hart Lane, 2 games. Oh, I just said that. Don't know why I read that one out. Stupid minute. If those people Adam mentioned could fix all the issues that need attention for less than 50k and it's simple fix, what's going wrong now? Is there just a disconnect from the decision makers and what they're
no, it's not. It's not an easy fucking fix. It's definitely not an easy fix. But I just think people that know our sport will know how to fix those fucking issues.
Yeah.
Like, am I so wrong of saying, like, let's be honest, right? I'm a Newcastle United fan, right? Put it into this perspective. I don't want the guy from fucking Greg's coming along and managing the team. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's all well and good.
Yeah.
Like, he might be really fucking good on Football Manager, but still, I want someone that knows what's going on here to run it. Like, it's simple as that.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. Like, no, it's not a simple fix. But someone that's been around these issues for fucking ages will know how to fix it. Or they'll at least have an idea.
Yeah, I think where the breakdown is, I think there's a lot of issues and there's not a lot of forums and places and mechanisms for that to be fed back and seems like it's being addressed. So, and it's a fast-moving sport. So obviously, during this part of the season, there'll be tons of issues, which might only be fixed for next year. So it'll take a longer time to talk about these issues and fix them. And hopefully it'll make us a better season next year. Australian League use a system where a group of all games happen at the same venue throughout the day. Say 3 games each, not playing. The team not playing has to nominate a certain number of play coaches to referee the games, takes the home games away from some teams, but it's just better to play. Yeah. I agree with, like youth, I think it should be more tournament based. And, I think at the minute it's too difficult there's clearly not enough refs, so potentially it could be under 19s play 3 games on a day.
Can I just interject there? As someone that coaches youth and junior, right? Why the fuck should we be tournament based? Because realistically, we want our guys to go on to achieve things. Then we need to start moving towards actual 11-a-side football rather than playing a smaller base game. Like, I mean, this is a nice possible way. Youth and junior shouldn't become last.
Yeah.
Do you know what should come last? Do you want to know what honestly should come last in all of this? All you old fuckers running around playing on the field on a Sunday. Yeah. The kids that have got a fucking chance to develop and actually put someone back into the sport in years to come. That's where Bafa should be fucking putting their money into.
Yeah, I think you can see, like from the conversations we have, that's what they want to do. That, and I think they've got a good...
Then do it.
Yeah.
Stop spending money on getting legal advice and shit and just do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, can you remember when we had the conversation about Team North?
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, right, well, if we had to spend as long as... let's be honest. We'll be open and honest with everyone. We had a quick conversation. We're like, fuck it, we'll do it. And it was done. That was it. Simple as that. Quick conversation, right? Yeah, yeah. Spoke to the relevant people and it was done.
Yeah.
I've got us the next Team North games. I've got 2 of them lined up straight away. Right? Yeah. That happened over Messenger. Bang, quick. Yeah, can we do that date? Yeah, done. No bother, done. Yeah. It's not fucking hard, man. It's not fucking rocket science. Just instead of going 12,000 ways to get to your end point, just go fucking straight there.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's some... I don't know. It sounds bad. I'm sure there's a bit of sophisticated enough software that could bring in all these different things, so like venues, availability, ref crews, and kind of like do some scheduling for it. It's the 21st
Mate,
century, I'm sure.
here's what you do, right? Do you know when Bafa say can I have your venue availability for this new season?
Yeah.
And they go, oh, yes, it's going to take 6 weeks to get that back to you. Do you know what you do instead? You just go, here's your games. I don't care if it's at your venue or not. Book a venue, play it.
Yeah.
Done. Here's the list of weekends the games are. That's when you're playing. That's when you're playing. That's when you're playing. I can get your refs then. If you change it any other days, I can't get your refs. You do it yourself. You give that right at the start of the season. Done.
Yeah, you'd face a different problem, but yeah, I agree. There should be reps that sit on the BAFA committee, maybe not from every team, but from each region. That way the clubs have an escalation process to go through the rep sits on the board and cuts out all the shit. I'm pretty sure they've done something similar in the past, have they not? Some sort of player reps and yeah. Emma Park says 100. There is no incentive in new blood wanting to play if BAFA don't sort their issues out. I completely agree. Obviously, John said he played London Ravens and BAFA had the same issues then. Had to pull over for my 2 pence. Likely unpopular opinion. Experienced football guys have been doing it for years and it wasn't the solution. This is the first time to my knowledge that they have brought a business type leader in. I agree, and I think we've said that he's probably good at those kind of things. I think the problem is it's just there's a clear line of communication that's been broken.
Do you know what you do? Do you know what you do, right? Yeah, give the football job the person at the top that knows the direction, etc. And you put the business person underneath, and that person tells that person, I want this is the goal, get me that. And he goes, yes, okay, and gets him it. Done. That's it.
Yeah. Or you just have 2 people doing it, and one specialises in one area, one does the other. Nothing speaks to me more than a metaphor mentioning Greg to Newcastle. Seems like they really need to bring on a committee of people from the sport at all levels to help guide decisions and actions.
Kyle,
yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure I owe you a Newcastle game as well, by the way, so I'll sort out this season.
What's up, guys? Hope you well. What's up, Joe? Pleasure. Thanks for joining us. Well, that was a lot to unpack.
I'm fucking boiling now.
I know. I feel like I need to put the fan on. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, the town hall meeting kind of thing did go ahead. I would be. That was specifically brought in for Doncaster Mustangs. So whilst we're on that, we'll move on to this. One thing I would urge, I think one of the best things that could do, and I've seen this, and we do this in my work quite a lot, is Pete should have an online session where it's an open invite, everyone could come and he fields and answers as much of the questions as possible. And does the town hall style online so that people can come in. If he wants to use this platform or BAFA use their own or whatever it may be, but I think that's probably one good way so that people can all engage. There's enough promo about it. I know we'd shout about it, and then people can then field the questions accordingly. And anything they don't get through on the show, they can literally just write to the relevant people and answer those questions.
It's honestly it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah,
we're fucked. Honestly, we're fucked.
Well, let's hashtag justice for Darlow. Yeah, so that's obviously one of the other talking points, which before I move on, obviously, Darlington, we're probably going to go into it. So you probably know a little bit more about the story, but talk us through what had happened there and what the consequences were.
So, obviously, I can't really go in the massive depth on some things, but basically, Darlow had a game against Nottingham that couldn't get played. They didn't have enough refs. It was at Darlow's ground. I'd volunteered the refs. Other teams were coaching in the area. Like I was saying before, it happens, especially where we are with loads of fucking teams in the area. So teams were playing, couldn't get enough level ones or officials or whatever. They've tried rearranging it a number of times. Not going to happen. Can it go ahead? Darlow and Nottingham apparently had asked for this. They've got another game to be played, to be classed as like a winner takes 2 sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? Gets the 2 wins. And BAFA just said no, just outright no, straight away for some fucking reason, which baffles the shit out of me. Like that's like solves it, no problem. But no, Baffert, no, straight away.
And what's most important about that is obviously that then directly impacts the playoff race.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll get to that now. So then, Nottingham got the 1-0 win.
Yeah.
Which is fucking, it's a nightmare. That, do you know what I mean? Like obviously they both said they'll play for this one. He's just fucked off and left us. They play the one game for 2 wins. But yeah, that's not happening anyways. Then what we've had is a situation now where Darlow are now behind Gateshead in the playoffs. Darlow did have the head-to-head over Gateshead. They both won 1 game each against each other. The head-to-head was Darlow's by points. But now, with that loss there, which I don't think they would have lost that game, I would have been fucking shocked, honestly. But it's one of those things where now Darlow look like they won't be making playoffs and Gateshead will. And I'm gonna tell you this now, everyone that I've spoken to from Gateshead so far have said that's not the way they want to get playoffs. They don't want that. So it's one of those things. I don't think Gateshead will accept it, if I'm completely honest.
Yeah.
It's just not on. Like obviously, both teams still have to win out, of course. But if someone loses in that situation, then it's completely different. But if it comes down to that alone, then I don't think Gateshead would take that. If I'm completely honest, like it's not right.
No,
but
don't feel right.
It still shouldn't be left up to Gateshead to say that. Do you know what I mean? As much as it's one of them, that should be like the league guys saying like, no. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not right. I mean, whether they, I don't care whether they just get rid of those 1-0 wins and Darlow still go through. That would work.
Yeah.
Whether they make them play each other again for a third time. Because you still play teams in your league. Like Gateshead and Darlow both played DC 3 times or something, which is, or one of them plays DC 3 times, which is just daft. When they should have been playing each other 3 times. But whether they play each other, whether there's time to play each other, whether there's officials to play each other, whether them and Nottingham both just pretend they've played each other, let this result, whichever they come up against on Sunday, and just put that as another result, say they played on a fucking Wednesday night or something. That's what I would do. Just agree between the 2 committees and just be like, Baffle, we played on Wednesday as well. That was the same result. But I just think it's fucking shit. Like, this all comes down to the fucking no officials, no fucking organisation, bollocks. And I'm just... And it's not even the official's fault. Yeah, it's not even the official's fault.
Yeah.
I'll give officials some shit on here, do you know what I mean? But like this isn't their fault. Like I'll get it back on a fucking game day, don't worry about that. No, but it's not even their fault. Like there's only so many of them.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But it's
fair point.
Pissed for organisation. And the fact that everyone in positions of power, Buffer, just keep fucking leaving as well.
Yeah.
Like, fuck me. Like, see it out of the season, boys. What the fuck?
Yeah. Should we
rattle through? Before,
I was going to say, should we rattle through some scores?
Yeah, go for it. My chair is up a little bit. I'm fucking raging now.
And sorry, I went off. I was boiling, so I've just opened the back door, so I do apologise. Somerset Wyverns obviously took the trip to Bristol Apache, I think, or vice versa. And it was 18-14 to Apache. What's your thoughts on that?
A close game.
Yeah, a lot of people thought, obviously, that Apache were going to dominate that game. I thought it'd probably be a bit further apart, but a fairly close game. Speaking of close games, obviously that means Apache is still top of that division. It doesn't change much because obviously they was undefeated. They're still undefeated. It just means obviously they've not got they're fine. They just probably they've been used to absolutely whomping teams, haven't they, this year? So it's going like 200 points and only conceded like 4 or 5. So, yeah, fair enough. So Ipswich Cardinals 36 in a close one. Probably game of the week. Usually Eagles 35.
Yeah. Not
Close
sure
game.
what to say. Yeah, close. Very close.
Yeah. Berkshire Renegades 20, East Kent Mavericks 14. Another close game. Obviously, Berkshire just taking that one. Spices up that division a little bit. Obviously, they moved to 4-2. East Kent Mavericks now to 2-4 in that division.
Look, can I just say something quickly, right? Do you know how they're all right? This is something, right? A secret for Britballin and everyone watching. Everyone complains we don't do, or everyone in Bath don't do enough things on like youth and junior. Yeah. And then we brought out the rankings. You know, I talked to lots of people, see games, etc. Yeah, you know, being to see teams play and shit. You know. Then you get little fucking arseholes on Twitter. I don't know if you can see that. This guy, who's this? I'm not even going to say his name. Scumbag. Just whinging. Say, enjoy your rankings. We're going to do the talk on the field, not the radio. It's not fucking radio, by the way. How can you make rankings without see the teams playing or without facts? Well, I have seen a lot of the teams playing, and I get film off a lot of people. So, you know, I probably have seen your team playing, and I put them in the rankings because of what I think. Now, if you just tell us what team you're from, what I'll then do is just put his fucking bottom every time now. Scumbag. Right? Fuck off. Right? Anyways, next score.
Anyway, next one. So Worcestershire Black Knights get their first win in, I think I seen on Facebook the other day, like 4 or 5 years, beating the Swindon Storm 20-12.
Good result, that, mate.
Good result. Staffordshire Surge 30, B -15, Lee -15.
You're not allowed to say that anymore.
I know, that's why I corrected myself. Good result for them. Gateshead Senators 33, DC Presidents 8. What was the tail of the tape on that one?
There was a fucking brilliant referee.
Was it?
The head ref that day was none other than myself.
Oh, right. I was going to say, bloody hell. No
Honestly,
33-8.
Mate, if I hadn't called back a few more, I'm telling you. It was a good game, actually. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Look at that. There we go. Scott, quarterback for DC President. A good ref, mate. Better than Bafra. Andrew Doe. Oh, look at that.
You know how much have you paid this lot to be on here? How many scores did that cost them?
Mate, honestly, I thought I'd done quite a good job.
Humber Warhawks 59. Impressive result to stinking Lincoln 0. I mean, at least they turned up.
Stinking Lincoln.
And speaking of not turning up.
Oh, music time. Music time.
Yeah. Scunthorpe Alphas 1, Doncaster Mustangs 0. There you go. So every time someone doesn't pull out, every time someone pulls out, that's our new song for them. And we've got another one coming up. Dumfries Hunters 58, Dunfermline Kings 0, Highland Stags 1, Clyde Valley Blackhawks 0. That's your cue.
I pressed it. You done pressed it. Oh. Shit, bastard!
Clyde Valley,
Sorry.
Shit bastards for not turning up. Hertfordshire Cheaters 15, beating your mates South Wales Warriors.
Well, it was fucking one of yous. Disgusting!
Portsmouth Dreadnought 0, Rushmore Knights 14, expected result. London Blitz B 22, Cambridgeshire Cats 34. London Hornets 20, Essex Spartans 6, fairly expected.
Called it.
Called it. You also called this one, which I didn't. So Halton Spartans 14, Shropshire Evolution 0. That was a surprise. So Halton stay up. It looks like Shropshire go down to Div 2 by the looks of things in that division now.
Crazy that, by the way. Crazy.
I know. Really crazy. Upset of the week, potentially. We'll come into that in a minute. Or not. I
think the upset was the one where they've won for the first time in 5 years or something.
Yeah, fair. Glasgow Tigers 3, East Kilbride 26. Not an impressive result.
Just a win.
A win's a win, correct.
Yeah, I mean, it changes with rankings because obviously someone else lost this week. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
Oh, we're there.
I forgot to cover a score, actually.
Who was the two teams?
What's that?
Who's the two teams?
Glasgow Tigers.
We are the Tigers.
Yes.
Right, come on.
Let's go. Nottingham Caesars actually won as well, 48-14 to the Birmingham Bulls. I forgot to cover that score. I do apologise to all our friends in Nottingham and probably Birmingham. We're probably glad that we skipped over it. Lancashire Wolverines 28, Inverclyde 6. And I don't know if it was an upset or not, but Yorkshire Rams 13, Northumberland Vikings 12.
I think that's an upset.
I think the margin
so you die.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. I think it's an upset.
Yeah, good result for Yorkshire.
By the way, for anyone that doesn't know Mike, right, he's actually only 1 foot tall. That's just a normal bottle he's drinking out of.
Yeah, that's true. I was wondering when someone would comment about it.
I had to, mate. It's massive. It's a good bottle, mate. You know you're muted. Yeah, you're muted. We can hear that. I know. Sorry, I'm drowning. I've got a bad cough. Next result.
I can't really talk. I'll be honest. Yorkshire Rams, obviously, good result. Spices that division up real bit. I did say they'd split them, didn't I?
Yeah, you did as well. To be fair.
Sorry, I'm coughing right down the microphone.
Adam Cowley says the Rams have not lost at home since 2019.
Whoa. I mean, I've not played at home since fucking 2019 as well, but I'm only joking. So East Kilbride still top of the division 7-1. Northumberland Vikings 6-2. Yorkshire Rams 6-2. Wolverines 4-4. So it looks like it's going to be a close one. Obviously, I think there's another big game to come between these guys. I
think Vikings still have the head-to-head over each of them as well, by the way.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. Which is crazy.
Just checking. So, yeah, Yorkshire still to play East Kilbride.
Essex Spartans played that game with no QB. Who is the second one?
So, Yorkshire Rams obviously still to play East Kilbride in week 16. So, that might be decided. So, obviously, we'll see. So, yeah, East Kilbride have still got the head-to-head over Northumberland, I think. Have they? No,
Northumberland have the head-to-head over both of them.
Northumberland have the head-to-head over both of them?
Yeah.
Let me just double check. I don't know, 34-14. So, what's the difference in that? So, that's 20 points.
20.
And then what was the result this week? Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah. Yeah, you're right. 18. Just 2 points. Crazy. Yeah, so basically Yorkshire's road to the playoffs means they have to go to EKP and they have to beat them. But not just beat them. No. Not just beat them. You have to beat them convincingly.
Yes.
You have to beat them by more than 3 points.
East Kilbride have to go to Yorkshire.
Oh, right. So they have to go to Yorkshire.
Yeah, because obviously they've not lost at home since 2019. Oh,
yeah, fair. So they have to go to Yorkshire, where they've not lost at home because the field's absolutely fucking massive. The biggest field I've ever played in my life. On the 24th of July, a date for your diaries. And we'll see what happens. I think the head-to-head last time, I think it was only 17-14 in the first game. But it was very close, wasn't it? Yeah, 17-14 to EKP. So if Yorkshire win by more than 3, we could see a playoffs without EKP. That's crazy to think.
Yes, that is very...
We have EKP at home and have to win by 4 to get to the playoffs. He could have commented that 10 minutes ago and saved us.
Just fucking 2 minutes earlier, and you would have saved his maths. Like, come on.
Yeah, you'd have saved me embarrassing myself on telly.
He's got that written on his bedroom mirror and everything. You know what I mean? He just waited until.
I know. Yeah. In blood as well. Merseyside Nighthawks 19, Sheffield Giants 30. I think expected. Yeah, I think that all but locks up fourth in the division for Sheffield unless they can get a result against Edinburgh last game of the season.
That game reminded us, actually. Our friend John from Merseyside.
Oh, yeah. Dodgy ticker, isn't he?
Yeah, you spoke to him.
I've not known of you.
Yeah, I had a little chat with him the other day. He was in the hospital. John Dermott, I hope you're getting better soon, mate. Honestly.
Yeah.
Stop going and playing and giving yourself a dodgy ticker, mate. Honestly. Yeah. Like, I hope, honestly, get well soon.
Yeah, get well soon, John. Tamworth Phoenix 56, Edinburgh Wolves 7. Bigger result than expected, but I think Edinburgh are missing their starting QB and starting running back. And I think special teams was a massive part to play in that game. So I think the scoreline it's still a good result.
Yeah.
Very good result for Tamworth. Considering earlier on in the season, I think a lot of people thought Edinburgh might run them close. So a very, very impressive result. London Blitz beat Kent Exile. Seem to be getting back on some sort of stride now, 45-3. Olympians and Thrashers, 14-39 to Thrashers. A little bit more surprised, closer than probably anticipated. I mean, it's still 40-14, but the fact that they all scored is good for them going into Div 1.
I can't believe we say this. Do you know what I mean? That's the O's. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the O's. Like, shit the bed, man.
The Div 1 O's and the Div 2 Solent Thrashers. What we're saying next year. Not Solent Thrashers. Shropshire Revolution.
This is crazy.
I know. And then Bristol Aztecs 14, London Warriors 28. So another close affair. But I
thought Bristol were going to win that, you know.
Yeah, it was close. It was close again. Very interesting result, but it looks like that's the Warriors are locked up their 10th now Prem title. So Prem Kings of the South again. For the Prem South. Well done, Warriors, on your victory and obviously securing that and on to the playoffs they go. So if you see some predictions for next week.
Go for it.
Right, okay, we'll start with Bristol Apache versus Torbay Apache.
Really?
Apache versus Trojans.
That's obvious. Apache.
Yeah. Wyverns versus Monarchs.
Wyverns.
This could be close. Cardinals versus Gladiators. Ipswich Cardinals, Colchester Gladiators.
Cardinals.
I think Colchester win that one.
I thought you'd split on that one with us, like.
Yeah, they beat them 10-0, I think, in the first fixture or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. I've lost my page. Where's it gone? Sorry,
guys. Yeah, we're gone again.
This old chestnut.
Do you want to play some music while you're waiting?
Oh, no, mate. I've got it.
By the way, can you all tell we've been added a new feature under with software we use? That's why
we play music. I know we can play music now.
We've got a new fucking toy.
So all the sound bites we usually have where you see me dicking about on YouTube, we can just put them in here now.
Yeah, it's class.
Ouse Valley Eagles versus Norwich Devils.
Norwich.
I'll just spill that down there. East Essex Sabres versus South East Squadront.
East Essex Sabres.
Yeah, Sabres win. Berkshire Renegades versus East Kent Mavericks. I think Renegades.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Renegades as well.
Will Baffa call the games off due to weather? Yeah, too hot. Hereford Stampede versus Worcestershire Black Knights. Stampede. Lightning doesn't strike twice for Worcestershire. Crew Railroaders versus Lee Biders.
Lee.
Crew. Just. I feel like it's the same game every week in that division. Well, pretty much.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. DC Presidents versus Gateshead Senators.
Gateshead Senators.
Darlow versus Nottingley.
Darlow.
I think in a closer affair than what we'll think. Donny Mustang. Oh, Jesus.
Wait there. Wait. Okay.
You got it.
Well, it was fucking one of yous. Disgusting!
And that sums up this fixture. Doncaster Mustangs versus South Links Lightning. The worst fixture in Britball this week.
This is a who doesn't pull out first game.
yeah. Who can make a baby game?
Guys, they think we're travelling. They think we're fucking travelling. They've set the fucking pitch up. Who's bluffing who here, boys? We're on the bus. They get there. We win.
Can't wait for the 31 to 33 game on Sunday.
Be a good day for football.
Lincolnshire Bombers versus Humber Warhawks. I think the Bombers win that one. Just.
No, I'm going to go Humber. Can't believe I said that.
Aberdeen Roughnecks versus Clyde Valley Blackhawks. Sorry.
Aberdeen.
Roughnecks. Aberdeen. Dunfermline Kings versus Highland Stags. Stags. Oxford Saints versus Hertfordshire Cheetahs. Cheers.
Yes, I'm going to go Cheetahs because every time I don't pick Cheetahs, they give a shit. So, yeah.
Thunder versus Cats.
Cats.
Yeah. And then the single Premiership game this week. No other Prem games. It should be a fairly easy win. Sheffield Giants versus Sandwell Steelers.
Well, I see some of the Sheffield guys are scared of the heat.
Yeah.
They're panicking because of the weather.
Yeah, it's true.
But I'm still going to pick them to win by a lot. Yeah. By 50, maybe, something like that.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Fairly easy one, I think.
You would think.
Right, let's knock out some quick power rankings, see if there's any changes.
Well, there will be, definitely.
Then we will bid you all a good chew. And off we go. Share screen.
Share screen, power on, go.
It's not sharing the screen. Don't know what's happening, guys.
Oh, fucking hell. You know what it is? They give them music and took away a screen share.
That's it.
Bastards.
Fuckers.
Here's a picture of a cat to get you through. Oh, never mind, he shared it. I was going to show you a picture of a cat.
Okay, so Div 2, we've got the Scunny-Thorpe Alphas at 1, Stags 2, Knights 3, Apache 4.
We were getting a lot of shit for this, by the way. And like people were saying, like we should have Norwich higher. People saying we should have Knights higher.
Yeah, I think this happens now, just because they were in a close game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we move Highland down just because they haven't really had a challenge
Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, just to mix it up for this week.
Yeah, just, fuck it. Let's just roll with it.
They're all undefeated. Somerset obviously lost this week, but it was to Apache in a close game.
Oh, I've got an idea.
I think I like that. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Go on.
Nope, never mind. Just go back. Just do whatever you want.
No, go on.
I was going to say to do that because they'd forfeited a game just to wind Darren up. But,
yeah, I think so. I think
no, you can't do that, really.
I think they slide. I mean, not having refs is just shambolical.
Give over. You can't do that. Darren's going to be raging. Has he commented? I'm guessing he's going to comment straight away, by the way.
Where do we think Sandwell in terms of Div 1 or even Div 2? I think Alphas, Knights both beat Sandwell.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, okay.
Like, I'm pretty sure Scunthorpe Alphas scrimmaged with Sheffield pre-season, and it was like a low-scoring game. Like,
can I say then that I think Darlow would as well then?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you've seen them play.
Yes, I have. I really like their defense.
Yeah. No, yeah, like I'd be. Sandwell might not even appear on this list. Genuinely, they're in this division. I'm not even joking.
Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
What's your? I think it's good because you live 2 minutes away and you look like a big guy and you'll beat us up if we say nothing otherwise.
What's your prediction for the final at New River Stadium? Well, I don't even know what New River Stadium is. We're going to Google it, New River Stadium.
I'm just going to go to the Div 1 power.
Someone's
rankings.
put Sabres. Oh, I'm guessing we should have moved Sabres.
Yeah, probably should have. But we're on to.
I don't know what that little box is that he's put. It doesn't show up on here.
No, yeah. It's his favourite one, though.
London. Of course it is. Of course it's London, right in the middle of the country.
Oh, classic. Yeah, middle of the country. I love it. Can't wait.
Yeah. I'm guessing that's where the junior one is as well, I'm guessing. It's Tottenham. Fucking get in.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, that's fine.
What?
It's North London.
Oh, all right, yeah.
It's North London, so it's definitely the middle of the country.
Yeah, middle, slap bang in the middle. So obviously we've got Leicester 1, Northumberland 2, which are going to tumble. Gee,
I think
yeah, they're going to change significantly.
Yeah, I think they've got to come down. EKP above.
No, but they beat them. I think. Like,
Yes, but the
EKP
EKP
like
are
this now.
Oh,
Like as like this kind of vibe now.
right.
Because they beat them. Hearts have lost 1. Rushmore
Right,
beat Hearts.
But are East Kilbride still above in the division?
They're 7-1. So they beat Yorkshire way back when 17-14, so it's a closer game.
Oh, East Kilbride 7-1. I thought they'd played Vikings twice.
Yeah, they beat them 17-14 and then got beat convincingly last week.
So Vikings have lost 2 games, haven't they? And East Kilbride have only lost 1.
Yeah.
So
the Rams have lost 2 games.
Yeah, so why are Vikings above East Kilbride then?
Because they battered them last time they played them. They beat them 30.
It doesn't. Surely we've got to go on record there. And Vikings have lost 2 games, not 1.
No, well, we never go just off record, really. If another team beat them, fairly convincingly, then they're a better team than them.
Yeah, but I mean, realistically, the Vikings need Rams to beat East Kilbride to be in playoffs.
No, they're in. Vikings are in now, no matter what, pretty much, as long as they don't lose to whoever they've got, Banks or something.
How?
Because they've got the head-to-head on both EKP and Yorkshire, so they can't not be in as one of the top 2 teams.
Right, I know, but they're going to finish second. They're not going to finish top, unless Yorkshire beat East Kilbride.
No, well, yeah. So because if EKP just beat Yorkshire, then they'll be 7.
Then they finish top. Yeah, that's what I mean. So East Kilbride go above them.
Yeah, but that's just. But on recent form, which these usually are,
they just got battered off Rams.
But then you'd say they'd go above.
Right, okay. But then there's still the record-wise. East Kilbride's got to go above them both. I think that goes, for now, East Kilbride, Vikings and Rams.
Right.
I just think that's what it's got to be.
What's Rushmore standings?
We're gonna get in the We're getting the Google out, boys. Getting the Google out.
I'm having to go to Google. The old Google News.
Mate, I'm fucking melting here, by the way.
Rushmore have lost 2, so they shouldn't even be that high.
Get them down. Get them down.
But they beat Hearts last time, I think was the caveat.
They did. See, Adam understands now. Adam understands that he's got to go and beat all of them still.
Yeah.
East Kilbride have basically just got to beat Rams.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically for all these, like Northumberland, just carry on winning and you're in.
Yeah.
East Kilbride winning, you're in.
Yeah.
Yorkshire win by 4 and you're in.
Yeah.
So
Crazy, aren't they?
I know, yeah. What a good division. It was our favourite.
Women's soccer, England ladies 6, Norway 0. Now starting the second half.
Close game.
Holy shit.
It's like everyone playing Stinking Lincoln.
Stinking Lincoln.
At 2 with no offence. I'm not saying it's not been an easy one. Are they there by proxy?
Will they go down a bit? Nottingham's low mind, aren't they? Chester's fallen off the pace a bit.
Yeah, well, because Nottingham beat Chester, didn't they?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I like that. I'd probably have Cats above Rams to start off with.
They are 6 and 1. You could, based on record, you'd be
There you go.
like,
Done. I'm happy with that. Let's go with that.
you'd be like that.
Yeah, let's go.
That sound. Perfect.
Can you tell we do so much prep for this, by the way?
Yeah. Last one, Prem North. Prem, just Prem in general.
Yeah, to zoom in on my face here after I just took a big mouthful of pop.
Yeah, mouthful. You love a big mouthful of pop.
I love a mouthful, mate. That sounds bad. If we win EKP and assume EKP and Vikings win, they all end on 8 and 2.
Yeah.
And you need to win by. So Vikings have the head-to-head on both of you, so they'll finish top. You and East Kilbride's head-to-head then come into question. So whoever then has the head-to-head on used to will go 2, the other one will go 3. So you can finish second or third. I don't think you can finish top.
So the Prem, I've only got one change. I think with the impressive result that Tamworth had over
Fucking no shit.
over Edinburgh, like they go above Manchester. That was a bit more impressive score from Tamworth against Edinburgh.
Pretty sure I said that like 4 weeks ago, but okay.
No, this is the time. It's the right time. London stay there. They're on the rise. Solent there. Edinburgh just there. And I could deal with bringing Sheffield up for Exiles.
Yeah, okay. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I think so. I think Sheffield just a couple of impressive wins recently. So yeah, that's where we're at. Well, Warriors are the champions. No surprises there. It's theirs to lose.
That's crazy. So East Kilbride either wins the division or if they lose by 4 points, they miss out on playoffs.
Yeah,
That's how close that division is. 4 points from winning the division or playoffs or not getting in playoffs. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Just win more games, guys. Come on, what are you doing?
It was one of the things I thought early on, like they'd all split with each other and they'd be close.
Crazy
so
that, innit?
mental.
I bet they've all had refs, though.
On that note, thank you very much for joining us. This is The Breakdown with Britballin, the #1 show in the UK for slagging refs off. See you all next week.
See you next week.